Hello, I'm Paul Pluta and welcome to Paul Pluta Prestige. Today I'd like to talk about the Jaeger-LeCoultre Ladies Reverso, and in particular I'd like to highlight my wife's own Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Ladies piece with the rare shadow dial. And this piece here is a watch I obtained from Sydney Vintage Watches, and I think it encapsulates everything good about the Reverso model itself. And I'm a huge fan of leather straps. I love watches that are on leather straps. And in my own collection, I have a Patek annual calendar. I have a Patek Calatrava dress watch. I have a Breguet transatlantic chronograph. I have a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. And I also have in my range there many straps that I fit to my Rolex Explorer 2 when I feel like a different mood. And the funny thing is, my wife herself dislikes straps. She likes bracelet watches. And I saw this when I gave her a Cartier Banois, and she didn't really wear it much. And when she chose her watch of her dream, she chose a Patek 24, which is a watch famous for its integrated steel bracelet. So when it came to choosing a Reverso for her, it was obvious I had to supply it on a genuine Jaeger-LeCoultre bracelet. And I must say, this piece here works wonderfully well with the Jaeger-LeCoultre bracelet. It's a very high quality bracelet with two finishes, a polished and a matte finish. This piece here also, being a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, I wanted the piece to be manual wind because I think that is the correct movement that the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso should have. And I'm very proud that this piece here has that movement. The other thing that I love about Jaeger-LeCoultre is its Art Deco history. And the Reverso itself came out in the 1930s, which was during the Art Deco period. And this piece here encapsulates that with the rare dial, which is the Reverso Shadow Dial. And the Shadow Dial is a two-tone blacky grey dial with the old type of hands, old type of numerals, and it's just such a beautiful thing to have. It's like a vintage watch except brought up to the modern standards. And I must say, Jaeger-LeCoultre has often downplayed this model in recent times. This model's not that old. It was available around the turn of the millennium. And what's happened now is they've released the Jaeger-LeCoultre Tribute Watch, which celebrates the 80th anniversary of the Reverso. But you look at the shadow basically is the same thing because it uses that beautiful vintagey dial, a two-tone vintage type dial. And I think myself, bang per buck, you really can't go past a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso with this rare shadow dial. And I think in times to come, this will be a very collectible piece, and it will escalate in price. And it's kind of funny, but the tribute gets all the publicity, but if you looked a bit further in the history of Jaeger-LeCoultre, you'd see some absolute cracker pieces. And this piece here is a beautiful ladies piece, and I think it's very feminine. My wife is a petite Japanese woman, and it suits her to a T. It's classy, it's stylish, without being obnoxious and showy. It's everything that you'd want in a beautiful dress/sports type watch. This is the sort of watch you could wear to a Melbourne Cup party, which is a very upmarket horse race in Australia. It's also the type of watch you could wear to a wedding or a special occasion. Mind you, my wife does choose to wear her Patek 24 to such events. But the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso is a cracker of a piece. And I don't think you can really get nicer than this for a lady's piece. The piece itself is not terribly easy to obtain. I mean, one can easily get a beautiful Rolex Datejust easily on the secondary market. but the number of second-hand Jaeger-LeCoultre ladies pieces with a manual movement are in fact very limited. So you do have to hunt for the goods, but it's like any collecting function. It's all in the chase. That's the fun of collecting. It's the tribal instinct of hunting down a nice piece. But I really do love the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso ladies piece, and I think it complements my Reverso Grand Date. I'm not one who thinks you've got to get exact matching models in ladies pieces. I think it's nice to have two Reversos. They can be different. Just like the man and woman aren't exactly mirror images of each other, so too the watches can be different, and I really do love this piece. I'm Paul Pluta from Paul Pluta Prestige. Please tell me what you think of the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso ladies with shadow dial. Thank you.